Yo, what is up YouTube? Lee the Captain here, and in today's YouTube video, I'm going to be talking about Enjin and why I believe Enjin will at least do a 100x. So let's jump straight into the video, guys. The reason why Enjin, ticker symbol ENJ, will do a 100x moving forward is because of its ecosystem, use case, and strong fundamentals, and as well as its institutional adoption. Enjin is built on the Ethereum blockchain and is actually based out in Singapore. And before I mention any tokenomics about Enjin, its pricing and its catalysts, moving forward, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Singapore because we see large and solid projects like crypto.com, for example, Enjin building out in Singapore, and it shows how Singapore is a very, very friendly crypto country, right? A crypto friendly nation. Such a developed nation like Singapore is adopting, crypto development and blockchain technology, and this is such a good sign for the future and crypto moving forward. So I'd like to just mention that real quick, before we get into Enjin. And as we can see right here, for the products of Enjin, they have their own wallet. They have Efinity, which is something that I'm very, very bullish on because it is focused on the Metaverse. They also have their own platform, their own marketplace, and JumpNet. When we look at Efinity, right, they are developing on the Metaverse and they are building on Polkadot. This truly shows that the Metaverse has such huge potential moving forward, right? We look at Facebook, for example. They've changed their whole company name to Meta, which is just amazing because it truly shows that such a large and developed, tech company like Facebook is willing to just shift its whole its whole company and focus on something that is blockchain and crypto related, which is totally amazing. And it is such a positive move going forward for crypto and just the whole crypto scene in general. When we talk about institutional adoptions when it comes to Enjin, we see that Enjin is being adopted in Azure Heroes by Microsoft, right? It truly shows the huge potential and the thinking that Microsoft has for Enjin, because it truly shows that they believe in the team, they believe in its use case, its ecosystem, and how it views a lot of tremendous potential for Enjin moving forward. This is a good sign because institutional adoptions are what truly can drive the prices to astronomical levels, right? Because retailers mostly focus on price, while institutions focus on use case and actual development, which is so good for Enjin moving forward. We look at Enjin, they're constantly developing, right? They don't care about the price of Enjin right now. They're always building, and that's something I always want to see, especially during a market like this, right? We all know that Bitcoin's right now at 20,000, a lot of alts are down right now. A lot of them are at discount prices. A good time to pick out your, favorite alts, especially for me, Enjin, right? Which is something I like to see. Before I focus on price and anything like that, I always focus on the team, its fundamentals, and what the project is doing. A lot of projects just go, they just go AWOL, right? They go missing. You just never hear from them during bear markets. But a company like Enjin, they're always constantly building. They don't care about the price. They're focused on development and use case and institutional adoptions. When we look at this article right here, right, from Grayscale, it says right here that it sees, the Metaverse as $1 trillion market industry, potentially in the future. And, when people ask, hey, what is a scenario where, ENJ can do a 100x? Just think about this, right? If right now we check out the price of Enjin, it's at 45 cents, right? And when we look at the top Metaverse coins, it is when it's at a combined market cap right now of 10.478 billion, right? When you do a 100x of 10 billion, it becomes a trillion. And look at what happens to ENJ at a 100x, right? When we times that by 10, if we just consider, everything just stays the same, right? And the markets were to reach what Grayscale predicts, ENJ, right, will have a 116x at its current position right now, when you take into account the potential growth, which is so amazing. And 116x, guys, that's life-changing wealth right there. And the reason why Grayscale thinks this is also the reason why I think, crypto gaming is going to grow so much overall. We look at just, Bitcoin adoption, for example, right? It's at this point right here, right? People haven't even seen the potential and the actual growth that crypto and Bitcoin and all these other altcoins can reach in the future, right? A lot of people are, quabbling. They're like, hey, we weren't the early adopters, the innovators, but they're actually still very, very early in the game. They're still in part of the early majority that haven't seen the large, growth and the large potential that's going to be there. And when you just think about video games, right? Everyone plays video games, when we talk about it doesn't matter what age you are, you played games at one point, I'm pretty sure, in your life, right? And crypto will be, even better than that, because unlike traditional video games, crypto provides, a chance for people to actually earn money, right? Imagine playing Call of Duty back in middle school, right? And getting paid off of that. That's amazing. I mean, back then that's almost like that's unheard of back then, right? But now crypto gaming is giving people a chance to do that. For example, we check out Axie Infinity. Last year, Axie Infinity did a massive run, right? Massive bull run, went all the way to $165. Right now it's hovering around, $14, $13. However, 70% of the players in the Philippines quit their jobs to play Axie full time. Axie is a player versus player, you play to earn, right? And they were earning so much from Axie that that they quit their jobs basically. It's crazy to think about, right? That something like crypto is able to provide that for people, especially from a developing country like the Philippines. It truly shows that it can change people's lives, and just the decentralized nature of crypto so far. And when we look at Axie, right, just the fact that Axie was able to go to 160 some odd dollars, it truly shows that ENJ can absolutely blow Axie out of the water. Axie is related to only one game, right? ENJ can be used across thousands, even hundreds of thousands of games. It doesn't matter. It can even be millions of games, because it provides a solution, not just a game. It's not dependent on the game, doing well or not, right? It's the development and institutional adoption that's going to affect the price of ENJ, not the video game itself. Unlike Axie, if people stop playing Axie or something goes wrong with Axie, there's no more use of the token, right? ENJ will always have a use as long as these institutions keep adopting, which I think they will, due to its strong fundamentals and projects, and just the growing crypto space as a whole is truly bullish for Enjin. When I look at gaming coins, for example, right, I always look for diversification. I don't really like seeing those like metaverse coins that are only tied to one thing, for example, like Decentraland, right? We look at something like Sandbox. However, I do find that Sandbox is way better than Mana moving forward. I'll get to that in another video. However, we also look at, ApeCoin, right? ApeCoin actually has more use case than Mana, in my opinion, especially once they get their metaverse going, right? We'll have to see about that. But, something that I truly love right now is Enjin, and as well as Gala. Gala is another thing that I'm going to get into as well. However, the reason why I'm so bullish on these two is because they're so diverse. They're focused on so many different things, and they're not just focused on one singular video game. And, one of the main things I like about Enjin as well is that the fact that they had Pat Levine. Pat Levine is famously known for, a Mass Effect, right? And, he's since left for Gala, which is also why I'm really bullish on Gala. But this also shows that Pat Levine, a seasoned vet in the gaming industry, he laid the groundwork for Enjin, especially in the beginning, before its bull run, right? It truly showed the team on how to build and just the mentality you need to build a successful game, and how to maintain it, how to market it. For example, like Mass Effect, he's also made a lot of famous mobile video games, and that is such a good sign for Enjin, and it shows that the thinking the team has, right, hiring the right people, and building the right foundations moving forward. As we can see right here, the whole crypto space right now is not doing that good, right? But honestly, for me, in my opinion, this is an amazing buying opportunity, right? During bear markets, that's when life-changing wealth is made. Choosing the right projects, DCAing, right? Not going all in, because personally for me, technical analysis works until it doesn't, right? Like, you never know when bottom is, you never know when top is. So DCAing takes the emotion out of investing, and it makes investing fun, right? If it dips, you still have the the fiat on the side, still have the ammo to keep buying and continue hodling and continue DCing, because that's how life-changing wealth is made. And I truly honestly believe that ENJ is going to be able to provide that for so many people, right? The thing about crypto is, when people want to create life-changing wealth, they always have to choose the correct projects, and they have to have a good investment strategy. In my opinion, the best investment strategy that's worked for me, is just dollar cost averaging. And not only for me, right? You look at Paul Tudor Jones, Ray Dalio, Warren Buffett, they're not day traders. They believe in strong projects and they invest in it long term, right? Just look at Warren Buffett, for example, constantly just DCAing, right? Despite market conditions, because even he says, you can't predict the market, right? It's impossible, right? So honestly, for me, I am so bullish on ENJ, guys. Keep DCAing, keep hodling, keep just dollar cost averaging, right? Price goes up, you keep buying, right? On a set schedule, right? Price goes down, you keep buying. As long as you believe in the project, as long as you believe in its strong fundamentals and where you can see it moving forward, I believe that is always a good idea to DCA into a project, for example, like Enjin, guys. And that's it for me in today's video. I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm out. Peace. Bye. It's been Lee the Captain.